friends, it is now Monday and I'm going to share with you what I got done over the weekend. I didn't get much done, but I did finish Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I think I'm going to give this a 4 stars, maybe 3.5. It was really fun. It was a great experience reading it. It's just not, like, I'm not totally in love with it. And it also felt like I didn't feel satisfied at the end with how it ended. So the ending made me want to read the sequel, but it left me feeling very unsatisfied. So that's why I'm like, I don't know, like 3.5, 4 stars. Definitely not a 5-star, but there is really good anxiety rep and like mental health and how to cope rep. So that was nice, and there's a lot of diversity in the characters, but the characters aren't really fleshed out all that well, so just take it for what it is, I guess. Then I also finished, I think, 4 more chapters of Crooked Kingdom. I am now on page 498, so I will be finishing this by tomorrow. I would say my goals for the week, but I really only have goals for today and tomorrow. My goals for today and tomorrow are to finish these 3 books, God's Grave, Mirror Mirror, and Crown of Feathers, and also, if I have time, to finish these ones as well. This one should be super easy because it's super short, and this one should be like super Weenie Hut Junior easy because it's a graphic novel. So these I could definitely do in one day. It's these ones I am worried about. Now I just have some book mail that I wanted to open, and that's all I have for today. So I ended up getting a couple books from Barnes & Noble. So I got Stardust by Neil Gaiman because it is one of the books for Crate next month. It is one of the themes. I also got A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I got it from the library. I haven't read it, but it did look super interesting and super something I'd be into, so I just ended up going ahead and buying it because it was already on my wish list, so might as well go ahead and complete that wish list. I'm so happy to own this. And I got 2 more. They sent them in separate packages. So I also got One Dark Throne, which is the sequel to 3 Dark Crowns, and I'm super excited to read this one, and it's gonna go right there next to 3 Dark Crowns once I'm done. So this is super exciting. And last but not least, I got Skyward, and this is the one book out of the 4 that I've actually read, and I just really wanted this one because it is one of my favorite books at the moment, so I'm super excited to have this one. It was a 5-star. It tells the story of a girl who's kind of but like seeking to get respect for her father because he was labeled a coward in the war, so she's trying to go in and kind of like get respect back for her father and herself. And they're on an abandoned planet and aliens are attacking, and it's just a whole lot of sci-fi, but there's also like a boarding school or like training school kind of aspect, which is why I really loved it. So yeah. And last but not least, I got a package from LitJoy, which is the company that puts out the magical crates every year, like the Harry Potter magical crates. And I ended up adding on the Harry Potter platform 9 3/4 ticket, so this is super exciting. Look how beautiful. It's gonna go right up here. Perfect. It looks so good. Alright, so that is all I have for today. I'm gonna go ahead and film my endgame readathon, like wrap up, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hi friends, it is now Tuesday and I am 1 book away from finishing what I want to finish for April, since today is the last day. Last night I did finish Crown of Feathers. I ended up giving this 5 stars. I really loved it. It tells the story of a girl who is learning the history of the Phoenix Riders and how to become one, and then she ends up going to the like barracks where the Phoenix Riders are, and she has to pretend she's a boy to join, and I just really loved this story and I can't wait for the sequel. Then I finished God's Grave, and I'm giving this 4 stars as well as I did with Nevernight. I enjoyed this. It took 200 pages for me to get really into it, so that's why it's not a 5 stars, but I did really enjoy the story. And I would give the synopsis, but I feel like it gives away the ending of Nevernight, so I'm just gonna refrain, but it just continues me a story. Then I finished Crooked Kingdom this morning. 5 stars. I honestly don't know if I like this or Six of Crows more. This was so well written and I loved it so much, and I can't wait to do my full-fledged review on it, but it is absolutely 5 stars. And the last book I have finished so far is Mirror Mirror, and I really did not enjoy this book even like in the slightest at all. I only finished it because of the readathon, and it was part of my readathon, and I think I'm gonna give this 1 star. There was nothing I really even kind of liked about it. It was really lyrical. I don't know if I'd say lyrical, but like unnecessary text. Honestly, I don't even know how it ended because I couldn't understand it. So yeah, probably 1 star. So now all I have left is to finish the Dragon Ball volumes 1, 2, and 3 graphic novel / comic, whatever you want to call it, manga, that's what it is. And I just have to finish this and I will be done for April. So I definitely didn't finish everything I wanted to do for April, but I'm very pleased with what I did accomplish. So here we go. So that is my update for today. I'm just gonna open some new book mail and then I'm gonna head out and see you tomorrow. But first, I wanted to open this book mail. Okay. So I purchased To Best the Boys by Mary Weber, and I'm super excited about this. It tells the story of a girl who, there's like a challenge every year where these boys compete and go through a maze to win a scholarship, but this girl, I think her name's Rin. Yeah, Rin wants to join the competition, so she kind of cross-dresses and joins the competition, and I'm super excited because she's gonna best the boys. At least that's what I think she's gonna do. And this is extra exciting because it is signed. So yeah, I'm super excited about this. I don't know where I'm gonna put it on my shelf because I already need a second bookshelf, but we'll figure it out as we go. And yes, it's beautiful. I'm so excited. So that is all I have for today, but I will check in with you guys tomorrow on pretty much my April wrap up. I'll do a separate video for that, but I'll check in with you on the start of May. Hi friends, it is now Wednesday and the first day of May. I just finished filming my April wrap up. I was able to finish 20 books. The only books I did not get to were Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I did get into it, but I didn't finish it. Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I got about 300 pages in, but did not finish it. A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kimmerer. Just didn't even touch it at all, but I'm planning to this month. And then One Dark Throne by Kendar Blake. I was really hoping to get to that, but I just didn't. But out of all of the books that I had on my list, not hitting those 4, well, not hitting 2 and only finishing half of the other 2, I'd say I did pretty good because I did finish 20 books in April. So for the start of May, I picked up Hamlet by Shakespeare. This is a parallel text and kind of like a learning text, so it gives summaries and like hints to read it and everything, and then Shakespeare's text on one side and the modern English text on the other. I'm on page 99, which is Act 2, Scene 1, and I'm enjoying it so far. I really like Hamlet's character, but I will keep you updated on this. Then I read a little bit of Dragon Ball Volume 2. I'm on page 211 out of Volumes 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to count each one as a separate book, though. That way my Owl's Readathon makes sense and I can say I completed it. And then tonight or sometime today, I'm hoping to pick up Wanted by Sarah Shepard. This is one of the books I would have liked to have gotten to in April, but I just ran out of time. So we'll get to it in May because I do need to return it to the library. Speaking of the library, I went today and I got 2 new books. I picked up Caravel by Stephanie Garber because I did get the finale arc and I wanted to read the series. And I also picked up A Court of Thorns and Roses because this is a series I have been dying to read, and I'm super excited that I finally have the book in my hands. Tonight I'm going to be finishing Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the movie, but that is all for today, so I will check in with you tomorrow. Hi friends, it is now Friday, and I'm just going to do a quick update on how my week went because I need to get on the road to head up to my weekend job. So the first book I finished this week was Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This tells the story of Stevie, who goes to a boarding school for very gifted students who want to excel in certain aspects of education, and her preference and profession is crime solving, and there was a murder in this boarding school like way back when it was first founded, and so she wants to solve the murder. I gave it 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun read, but I was very unsatisfied in the ending. However, I do believe I will be picking up the sequel because the ending left me wanting to read the sequel. The next book I finished is God's Grave by Jay Kristoff, and this tells the story of Mia after her assassin school and what happens next to her. I gave this 4 stars just because it took 200 pages to get into, but I did love the rest of the book. Then I finished Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. This was my favorite read of April, and it's the sequel to Six of Crows, which is one of my favorite books of all time. I honestly don't know if I love Six of Crows or Crooked Kingdom more because we got to learn whoever we didn't learn about in Six of Crows, we learned about in Crooked Kingdom, and I just really loved this whole arc of story, so yes. Then I finished Crown of Feathers by Nikki Palpretto, and this was an amazing book. I gave it 5 stars. If I hadn't read Crooked Kingdom, this would have been my favorite book of the month, and it tells the story of Veronica, who is wanting to be a Phoenix Writer, but the school only takes boys, so she decides to become a boy, and her journey through that experience. Then I read Mirror Mirror by Gregory Maguire, and I gave this a 1 star. It was very decorative text and unnecessary, and I just really didn't understand what was going on. And also, it was just kind of boring to me. So that is why it's 1 star. The last book I finished this month is Dragon Ball Volume 1, The Monkey King. I gave it 3 stars just because it was enjoyable. I loved the manga style of reading. But if it wasn't Anthony's favorite TV show and universe, I don't know if I would have ever picked this up in the first place. It definitely wasn't what I was expecting. It tells the story of Goku and Bulma, who are on the quest to find 7 Dragon Balls, because when you receive all 7, you get to have a wish granted by the dragon. So for this weekend, I really don't think I'll be getting much reading done. I'm working Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday I'm working on a presentation, so I'm not going to have a lot of time to read, but I will be taking up a couple books to have on hand just in case I find time. I've read some of Hamlet, so I'm on page 157, which is the start of Act 3. Hopefully I can find time to finish this because I'm starting to get bored by it. It was interesting at first, but now I'm starting to get bored, and there's still 3, 4, and 5 acts to go, so yes. Then I'll be taking Wanted by Sarah Shepard, which is the next story in the Pretty Little Liars series. It's only a little over 200 pages, so it should be a super easy read, and I just need to get it done because it is a library book, so I need to return it. And the last book I will be taking up is the Dragon Ball Volumes 1, 2, and 3. I already finished 1, but I would like to get to 2 and 3. I will also be listening to Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire audiobook on the way up and back, so a lot of that will be done over the weekend, but other than that, I really don't think that I'll be reading much. But I will check in with you on Monday. Thank you so much for watching this week, and I will check in with you on my next video. Bye guys!